People, I have some breaking news. By breaking, I mean tearing apart the Frost family's glitzy reality TV persona into a million jumbled fragments. Did you think that the marriage drama between Rasheeda and Kirk Frost was about hip-hop and love? It was crazy in Atlanta. Oh no, sweetheart. That was only the prelude. Kirk's previous adultery plot seems like a high school breakup in comparison to the shocking revelation involving their kid, Lasheed Frost, the main course. I am referring to headlines, sirens, whispers in the most fashionable circles of Atlanta, and yes, the streets, are claiming that this could permanently damage the Frost brand. How did the self-described hip-hop power couple go from capturing adorable family moments on camera to reportedly evading police? How did their eldest son go from sharing sexy photos on Instagram to being mentioned in police reports? That like a criminal doc from Netflix? The nicest part is that we're not discussing a little altercation at the club. This is serious, I assure you. Call your lawyer, take down your tweets, and hope that TMZ doesn't take your address seriously. Because the tea is boiling, fasten your seatbelt. Over. Doso. Let's establish the scene. Imagine this. Rasheeda is most likely filming another Boss Chick boutique promo somewhere in Buckhead on a typical Atlanta afternoon with the sun shining brightly and iced lattes flowing. Kirk is out here acting like he can handle something. Nobody knows exactly what it is. Everything appears to be normal until all of a sudden there is a buzzing in the streets. Not though. They got a new car sort. Not at all. The type of whisper that causes barber shops to shut down and group chats to go into overdrive was this one. KY Frost. Indeed, the firstborn child of reality TV's most popular on-again, off-again pair, Kai Frost, is supposedly involved in a scenario that has both supporters and detractors going W. Let's remember that the Frosts are no strangers to drama before we jump right into the boiling pot of tea. Rasheeda and Kirk would have been winning gold medals since Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 1 if drama had been an Olympic sport. Scandals involving cheating, check. Check out The Secret. Infants, emotional admissions, friendship betrayals, and business feuds were captured on camera in restaurants with poor lighting. Double check. However, this is not the same. We're discussing rumors of a criminal probe, suspected familial secrets, and wait for it, a daring cover-up that could rival that of Shaolin authors. References additionally, according to sources, my friend of a friend who unintentionally overheard a chat at Lenox Mall, law enforcement has been snooping around, questioning Kai about where he was on a particular incident night. And let's just say that the responses they're receiving don't match up. However, why Kai? Why now? Let's go back a bit. Kai has always been the Frost child with the coolness. Not as eager for the camera as Carter. Not as much of a music focus as Kirk would have liked, but just enough teenage enthusiasts will fawn over Instagram swag. He has been the quiet one, which is a term used in reality TV to refer to the person with the most secrets. Additionally, you already know something's up if you've been following some dubious Instagram stories, late-night disappearances, and the abrupt silence from the Frost clan. However, this isn't even the first time that Kai has come into contact with controversy. Those rumors from a few years ago may be familiar to longtime Frost fans. You know, the ones with an unpaid tab, a fight in the VIP area, and a strangely absent observe.it was dismissed by the Frost PR machine as a simple miscommunication. Insiders, however, claimed that it showed a far more untamed side of Kai than Mama Rasheeda intended for the world to see. Therefore, people didn't exactly say, "No way," when this fresh controversy broke. It was more like, "I can see it." Brutal than Kai. Indeed. The problem with fame, though, is that people believe they control your story after you've appeared on reality TV. Now, this is the juicy part. People who say they know the Frost intimately have come forward with a number of stories that seem like they belong in an urban soap opera. Kai was allegedly hanging out with the wrong kind of people. The kind of buddies that fall in love quickly, money, late-night parties, and scenarios that usually end with someone pleading, "Don't call the cops." According to an unnamed source who might also be my Uber driver, they saw Kai and the group of well-known Atlanta rappers at an after-hours location the night everything happened, and a choir "They Can't Break Us." Coincidence? You tell me. Let's just say that the rapper in question used cryptic "Stays Safe" emoticons in their most recent Instagram post. Of course, the Frost family is playing it cool. Rasheeda's Instagram is still full with boutique debuts, lip gloss ads, and motivational sayings that curiously seem to be directed more at herself than her fans. Kirk is doing that thing where he shows up in random recording studios, appearing busy but remaining silent. And Kai, well, Kai's social media accounts have been in ghost mode for more than a week, which and the big question is, what precisely happened that night? Some claim there was a passionate debate gone awry, while others rumor about a money arrangement that didn't work out. Influencer culture is essentially a blaring siren. Proceed according to plan. The most dramatic idea that is currently circulating is that Kai became embroiled in someone else's feud, and that the Frosts are now frantically trying to protect him from the consequences. If this is accurate, it would not be the first instance of reality TV aristocracy attempting to play fixer behind the scenes. But this time, something feels different. The murmurs are louder, the receipts are messier, and the people speaking sound like they're not there. We've seen it before. Famous families closing ranks, asking for favors, and acting as if nothing happened until the headlines fade. Fearful of the Frost name no more. Let me illustrate. Picture an Atlanta detective sitting in a darkened office, looking through a classified file that contains time-stamped messages, inside images, and possibly even a few grainy security camera clips. As they piece it all together, the Frost name continues coming up not once, not twice, but repeatedly. While the public's response is evenly divided, with Team Frost supporters yelling, "Set up," and yelling that this is all just another effort to undermine prosperous black meme pages are going crazy, pulling out every dodgy thing Kirk has ever done and twisting it into some grand karma story. And you already know the blogs are profiting from every click. Entrepreneurs, the haters, oh, they're having a field day. I'm not implying that Kai is guilty, but I'm also not saying that the Frost family has it all together. After all, when you live your life on reality TV, combine family and celebrity, and surround yourself with people who share your passion for the spotlight, you're essentially inviting drama into your home. Remember that dark detective office I mentioned earlier? Well, that's where this story becomes extremely hazardous, my friends, because what's going to happen next could quickly turn Love and Hip Hop Atlanta into a Law and Order Atlanta unit. That wasn't just me, it seems. Rumor has it that the inquiry into the night of the Kairos incident has already yielded some strange receipts, the kind of juicy information that make you wonder if reality TV is actually staged or if the Frosts simply have a way of drawing chaos. According to anonymous sources, there is unclear footage that is 4,000 times the quality of a Marvel movie, but it is the kind of grainy half-shadow footage that makes YouTube conspiracy theorists lose sleep. It is said to depict Kai leaving at precisely 3:47 a.m. Two men wearing enough high-end brands to bankrupt a small nation are seen in an upmarket after-hours lounge. A few moments later, the camera captures a fight at the corner of the block, a rapid shove, and someone staggering. The brawl wasn't simply a drunken bump in the street. It apparently featured a cash handoff gone wrong, according to the leaked incident report that is currently making the rounds on the internet, which, let's face it, 80% of the internet already does. Sideways, a fancy watch is stolen, and then, the name of another Atlanta reality star who coincidentally has a problem with the Frost from season 6 is dropped. This isn't made up, and if that's not enough, there's allegedly an audio, a voice that sounds a lot like Kai says something like, "They better fix this before the blogs find out," in a clip that has been circulating, according to one insider. The recording is from a phone call made less than an hour after the incident. This, of course, sent social media into full-fledged CSI mode, with fans comparing hip-hop and old love clips that match Kai's speech patterns like they're trying out for the FBI. The most surprising development to date, however, is the Frosts' reaction, or rather, their lack of it. No press conference, no official statement, no a war zone. Team Frost defenders are posting comments like, "Y'all really believe a black business owner's son would risk it all for a watch?" There was a complete meltdown on Instagram, just quiet, which in celebrity crisis PR is roughly the equivalent of a guilty smirk. Take it seriously, H. Then there are the meme accounts. Oh, the memes. Meanwhile, the skeptics are on a roll. Why? Are they removing old photos of Kai with the redacted rapper if he is innocent? Kirk's iconic DNA test scene from the program is shown in one widely shared picture, but the caption says, "The results are in, and the watch is not yours." Petty? Of course. Successful? Very. That's not where the tea ends. An insider from the Frost family's inner circle, who reportedly works at one of Rasheeda's boutiques, has contacted a blogger known for exposing Love and Hip Hop cast members. claiming that the work environment has been tense and that employees have been warned not to discuss the situation with anyone. Circumstances. Rasheeda has been making fewer appearances at the store lately, and when she does, she is absorbed in her phone and murmuring things like, "They better not drop that video." Conspiracy theories then ramp up, with one particularly audacious rumor claiming that the Frosts have been utilizing their connections to attempt to purchase the video before it becomes public. Another alleges that one of the alleged witnesses has already been paid off. And my personal favorite, that Kai has been transferred to an out-of-state family home until the controversy subsides. Naturally, no 2025 scandal would be complete without the amateur investigators of TikTok, Twitter, or X. Whole threads are devoted to charting Kai's last known public appearances, complete with timestamps, grainy paparazzi photos, and screenshots from Google Maps. One user even claims to have seen him in Charlotte last weekend looking anxious. Others says they witnessed Kirk arguing with a man outside an Atlanta recording studio, who is reportedly an unauthorized fixer who has been involved in prior reality TV cleanups at a gas station. The best part is that none of this is not at all. However, in the court of public opinion, confirmation is not required. All you need is a little drama, a dash of nostalgia for clumsy VH1 plots, and a dash of, well, it sounds like something they do. This isn't officially. There are 3 conflicting theories. One is that Kai was sleeping at home, another is that he was in the studio with friends, and a third is that he was traveling out of town. But no one has been able to provide a single explanation. The timeline is another thing that is causing people to wonder. Photo, tag pic, or hotel receipt to support that. And when 3 distinct reports begin to circulate, even the most devoted fans begin to take notice. Scandals even prompted other hip-hop alumni to chime in, primarily through cryptic tweets. "Funny how karma always knows your address," one cast member commented. "Some people thought the cameras stopped rolling, and you know when your reality TV colleagues start subtweeting. It's bad," said another, who shared a picture of themselves drinking tea. People are leaning in even more because of this. Rasheeda has been posting motivating posts that are strangely particular. It's as if they want you to fail, remain silent, and persevere, which, let's face it, is essentially celebrity code for something that happened, but we won't reveal what it is. Or God knows the truth and that's all that matters. Every post receives thousands of comments from followers, half of whom plead for answers and the other half reminisce about one of Kai's birthdays. Fans submit screenshots with captions like "Receipts don't lie," highlighting certain items in red. People are complaining that their comments regarding the incident are being removed from Rasheeda's and Kirk's pages, which is when the true hysteria starts. Others claim that their direct messages to the family are viewed but never answered, and someone claims that a whole Reddit thread on the incident was inexplicably deleted following legal threats. Naturally, this simply encourages the internet to look further. People fill in the blanks themselves more and more the longer the Frosts remain silent. Some believe it's all a setup, while others believe it's a desperate attempt to hide something far more serious than a stolen watch. One especially bizarre hypothesis says because Kai is set to appear in a spin-off show, the Frosts are attempting to keep him out of the spotlight. This controversy is either a brilliant marketing gimmick or a disaster that struck at the worst possible moment. But here's the thing about public opinion. When a sense of guilt is ingrained, it's nearly tough to shake, and the tale gets bigger, juicier, and more devastating every day. By week 2 of the drama, mainstream publications begin to snoop around, not as close as TM, but close enough to the gossip that's next to news sites, that they start referring to it as the Frostgate incident, writing allegedly every other phrase to prevent litigation. And all of a sudden, it's not just messy VH1 fans talking now, it's internet culture critics, celebrity lawyers, and even a few pop culture podcasts with millions of listeners. Fast shops, sponsorships, and TV appearances begin to feel the heat. A boutique collaboration that Rasheeda had been promoting for weeks discreetly vanishes from her Instagram bio. Kirk's planned nightclub hosting gig is put on indefinite hold. Before the most concerning news yet, fans begin to worry if deals are being pulled behind the scenes to avoid negative exposure. According to an unidentified legal insider, the case file is now in the hands of a special task force. Why? Because the claimed occurrence might have crossed state lines, indicating federal involvement, federal in the sense of not just a slap on the wrist, and the internet goes crazy. Theories and threads about Kai getting fed time are shared. Mock-up. Free Kai t-shirts. Rasheeda seeing her kid in the pen is the subject of viral memes. It's turmoil, plain and simple, and the Frosts are still dead silent. Then, coming from an unexpected source, another twist occurs. A fellow hip-hop and love alum goes live on Instagram, sipping wine and casually drops, "You guys are acting like this is new. Kai has been crazy. This is the first time you've seen it." There are no names or accusations, but the shade is unmistakable. Their video goes viral on Twitter or X in a matter of minutes, prompting yet another wave of speculation. Even the Frost defenders are beginning to falter by this point. Some acknowledge they are unsure of what to believe anymore, while others urge the family to simply go live and provide clarification. Dragging things out, which isn't in the Frost playbook, but it's pretty much their defining tactic. Then, all of a sudden, TMZ steps in and publishes an exclusive asserting that Kai Frost is in fact a person of interest in an ongoing investigation. And that the post is imprecise, to be sure, but coming from TMZ, it's enough to make the whole thing feel achingly real. From there, the outrage snowballs, with hashtags like #FrostScandal and #KYGate trending for hours. Parents have contacted authorities, but they are refusing to comment. It has evolved from gossip into a full-fledged cultural debate, with some publishing critical essays about how reality TV culture encourages recklessness and others criticizing the show's creators for failing to protect young cast members. The Frost family is still hidden behind their Instagram filters and closed boutique doors in the midst of all that chaos. There is no apology, no statement, no denial, just the dangerously deafening silence of people who either have nothing to say or everything to hide, leaving us all here. One thing is certain though, whether we are scrolling, guessing, refreshing our feeds, and wondering if this is the scandal that ultimately brings down the Frost empire or if they will somehow turn it into another season of havoc on reality TV, making money off the very mess that might bring them down. And if there's one rule in the realm of celebrity controversy, it's this: the instant you lose control of the story, the narrative takes control of you. At the moment, the narrative has a death grasp on the Frost. The streets, blogs, and fans are refusing to let this one go. We've seen the whispers turn into roars, the tea become into a boiling cauldron, and the Instagram comments section turn into a full-fledged digital battleground. Folks, we're on the brink of what may be the most juicy, messy, and meme-worthy chapter in the history of the Frost family. Nevertheless, the one thing we still lack is the truth, but perhaps that's part of its allure. Perhaps the